Let me say something that might stink a little. If you keep ending up in the same pain, same why me story, it's not because life hates you. It's because your mind has a favored role, and this role is the victim. Not because you're weak, not because you're broken, but because victimhood is familiar. And the mind loves familiar, even when it destroys you. Your mind addicted to victimhood. But before we go deeper, I want to make this clear. Even if you've been stuck in victimhood, it doesn't mean you're secretly enjoying suffering. It means you are human, and the mind is a survivor machine. It was built to protect you, not evolve you. So when life gets uncomfortable, uncertain, or painful, the mind reaches for the oldest program it knows: blame, complain, helplessness. Someone did this to me. And you know what? It can happen in something small. Maybe a lunch failed or text went unanswered. And instantly your mind screams, see, I'm not important. See, I knew it. See, this always happened. That's not truth. That's programming. And consciousness is what breaks the spell. Let's define victimhood properly. Victimhood isn't just bad things happen. Victimhood is when the mind says, this shouldn't be happening. This ruined everything. There is a reason I feel this way. I can't move forward until they change. It's a mental position, a posture. And here's how you know you're in it. You replay the story, you explain it, you prove it, you build a courtroom in your head. Your mind becomes a lawyer, and you become the witness, testifying against your own life every day. And the mind loves this because it gives you a payoff. When you blame, you don't have to risk a change. When you feel helplessness, you don't have to risk a failure. When you stay stuck, you don't have to face the unknown. Victimhood feels like safety, but it's a prison. Now, let's talk about why the mind does this. The mind doesn't care if you're fulfilled. It cares if you are safe. And safe means predictable, familiar, control. So if you grew up in chaos, your mind learned to race. And if you grew up feeling unseen or emotionally alone, your mind learned, I don't matter. And now you are an adult trying to create a new life, but your mind's still loyal to the old script, because the old script is familiar, even if it hurts. And here's a question I want you actually to sit with. Where did your mind first learn this program? Was it chaos? Was it criticism? Was it emotional neglect? Because once you see where it started, you stop treating it like this is who I am. You realize this is a loop. Different people, same pattern, same ending. Here's the turning point. You don't break the victimhood by trying to think positive. You break the victimhood by making one shift from blame to responsibility. And listen, I'm not saying it was your fault. No, I am saying something empowering. This is your life, and you choose what happens next. Because the mind loves to say, I'll move on when they regret it. I'll heal when they change. I'll be free when I get closure. And consciousness says, no, I don't need permission to evolve. That's power. That's the moment you stop being the victim in the story and start becoming the author of your life. Now let's look at how to break this addiction. Step 1, catch the victim story. The victim story always sounds like, why does this always happen to me? Nothing ever works out. They ruined everything. I can't because. So your first job is simple. Catch the story, not to shame yourself, not to fix it. Just notice, oh, I'm in a story again. Because the moment you notice it, it's already shifting. Victimhood needs unconsciously to survive. Catch the story. Step 2. Name the payoff. Now this is the part people avoid. Victimhood always gives you something. It gives you comfort, familiarity, excuse. So ask yourself honestly, what do I get to avoid by staying here? And let me make it real. For example, if I stay a victim in my relationship, I'll get to avoid the terrifying risk of being alone again. If I stay victim in my business, I get to avoid the risk of putting myself out there and being judged. The payoff is always avoidance. The mind would rather stay miserable and familiar than free and uncertain. So ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Step 3. Choose a new ending. Now, here's the consciousness move. When you catch yourself in a loop, don't ask, how do I stop this? Ask, how does this end? Because you already know. You know the ending of blaming. You know the ending of complaining. You know the ending of helplessness. You know how you feel after. You know how long it takes you to recover. You know the cost. And the mind doesn't want you to remember that. So consciousness steps in and says, okay, I see the ending. Now, what do I choose? Not perfect. Different. Different response. Different boundary. Different action. Different energy. That's how the pattern breaks. See the ending. Choose again. Imagine waking up without that heaviness. Not because life become perfect, but because you stop giving your power away to the story. You stop needing someone else to change before you can breathe. You stop being drugged by the past like life sentence. You became steady, clear, not numb, powerful. That's what happens when consciousness leads. So let me leave you with this. Victimhood is real and it can feel convincing, but it's not truth. It's a loop, a program. And if you're not programming, you are the consciousness that can see it and choose again. So here's my question for you. What pattern are you done repeating? Drop it in a comment. And if you're ready to go deeper into this work, watch the free masterclass in the description and book your free 30 minutes call. Because when the mind understands, the mind transforms.